Dave, we ready for you?
Here goes the video, and there's the audio.
Yo. Welcome to the 4th episode of the High Vibe, guys, with your boy Big Booze. You got the Honorable Scholar, Plant God, Plant King, all that good stuff. Green Belt, Unicorn, Unicorn of the good eating. I can't think of no more. Akil, please shut up.
And just
Asa Bay, Asa Nori Bay in the building, y'all. And then
Nori Bay X Bay 13X Clarence X Eternal Reflection X
bro, you talking over so many people head. They don't know who the fuck Clarence X is, bro.
Bong Bong.
And then there's that mother Akil.
Just to kill.
Just to kill, man. Just to kill. Yeah, so
What does the kill mean?
Oh man, so my pops got my name from an Ethiopian freedom fighter, Akil Kasai. It means second son and prince. The first and middle name go together to create the meaning.
Crispy.
Crispy.
way to make everybody else feel mediocre and normal.
Right.
What does your mom mean? Well, my mother had a lot of drugs in her while she was giving birth to me. Actually, I got a cool story too.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
My mother said that she wanted my name to sound Afrocentric. And that's where she got German from. My last name is Booze. Most people call me Booze out in the world. And
Middle name though.
My last name is
the middle name.
Hey, bro. Everybody doesn't have a sweet middle name.
The middle name is Earl, but mom fancied it up. She put an E at the end.
Facts. Shout out to June. Shout out to my mom.
Middle
Shout
name
out
Earl?
to Booze's
Middle name is
mom.
Earl.
That's my homeboy name, Earl. Yeah. Earl.
Shout out to Booze's mom.
But real quick, last name Booze. So I did research on the last name. That's my dad's last name. And this family comes from North Carolina who were possibly slaves. And in North Carolina, slaves were owned by Germans. This is a word called B-O-S-E.
Deutsch speak man is Deutsch.
Which means servant. And that is most definitely what my name Booze is derived from. It's this German term for servant. But I like it because it takes me back to my African ancestry because that's what we were enslaved. And it kind of just is that reminder like, yo, this is who you are outside this country and this is where you come from. All right.
Du bist Blut und Haschlich.
Stop flexing on the world, brother.
Did you just speak German?
Dog, I had a whole conversation with a couple about 6 months ago. I thought I was the man.
You
But
know how to
yeah.
speak German?
Not. I couldn't probably like live in the city and be well off. I would have to have like a little dictionary with me. But I mean, hello, something.
Oh God.
Yeah. We out here. We about to Google some questions.
Let's get to our
go.
topic of the day, guys. Let's get to the
I'm sweet as thing.
let's get to what we gonna talk about as far as what's going on in the world. Y'all ready for that?
I was ready yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Booze. I was
All right.
ready when I woke up yesterday. And the day before that.
So
What's up?
our first segment is talking about the recent weekend, which was Jay Dilla's birthday.
The recent weekend.
Major holiday for anybody who lives inside Detroit. If you are like me, you are a huge fan of Jay Dilla. I talked about it on the first podcast. Part of the reason why I moved to the city was my absolute love of the music. Akil, you probably are one of the people who are most intertwined with Dilla in a sense because you were part of the hip hop scene back in the day, and you definitely kind of had a closer, a different perspective than me or Asa. So, what do you think about all that, bro?
Oh man, Jay Dilla is hands down the godfather of hip hop for Detroit cats, man. He is the crown holder.
I would not say Detroit though. That's definitely limited. I would say he's the producer, godfather for the hip hop industry.
The game.
Yeah, when you looking at it from a certain angle, I could vibe with you on that.
I mean,
could
like,
argue that.
Shit.
Who would you put up? I couldn't put nobody. And I'm a young cat. I can't put up nobody neck to neck with Jay Dilla. Producer wise?
Influence.
Premier.
I would say
DJ
he's
Premier.
bigger than Premier though. Like
Influence wise, Premier might be more famous and out there.
I don't
Dilla's
think it's
pretty
more.
famous. Dilla's pretty out there.
Yeah, but
I would say Premier had a
you're-
lane,
he
but
got
also
more push. He
look
got
at
more
like
oomph.
look at I would say Kanye West was influenced by Dilla. You know what I mean? Like the biggest of the big artists are influenced by this man. Akil, get off the phone. Turn it over.
I apologize.
Don't say nothing
You know,
about the baby because I know this is where it's going.
Jeez. You guys are heartless. I cannot wait until Booz and Asa have kids.
Let me
Give me
give you-
like
I-
10
I-
years,
cannot
bro.
wait.
I use a lot
Give
of
me
things.
like
Oh my
10, 15
God.
years.
I use a lot of things my mom's
You
told
guys
me.
are
I use a lot of things.
savages.
My mom said this, and I because she's a very wise. She's a sage. She said before there were cell phones, people were parents just fine without checking in on their kids every 5 seconds. And it's like a lot of times we talked about this just earlier in the last episode. People get addicted to that phone as if it's a lifeline,
That dopamine.
Yeah,
and it's not real.
that is true. But
People were probably better parents before they.
no.
Situation.
Yeah,
It's
you
always
gotta-
life is
you
full of
gotta-
situations. That's not a good one to me, bro.
This one is. But anyways,
If
back on topic.
if my goddaughter is in the hospital,
which she is right now.
See, and you didn't say that before.
Bow.
You didn't say that before.
The cell phone is definitely
So-
necessary right now.
Well, how about you line up?
She got a whole rash on her body.
Oh God!
So
All right.
yeah, that's definitely cell phone worthy.
Well, I still feel less bad because I thought you were gonna say like, yo, she hasn't pooped in like 2 weeks and
That would be terrible too.
she's
See,
coughing.
this is-
No, that's really terrible.
Yeah, that's horrible.
A rash is like, all right, she needs some cream.
But anyways, back to Dilla. If we're talking just straight up impact in hip hop, yeah, Dilla's probably like had the most impact in terms of where hip hop went in that like late 90s to the early 2000s. Sonically, people don't realize how influential Dilla's sound was to hip hop. They still probably don't.
Yeah, I mean,
That's some of the biggest artists in the world use Dilla's sound to convey their music. Like they took his sound.
yeah.
So
I would say like what was considered like, hip hop has these different categories, like this is trap rap and this is this, that. I would say like what people consider like that hip hop, the quintessential hip hop flavor, almost what you kind of call the golden era hip hop. Dilla was like he was one of the people of the grassroots. He was at the bottom. He was the foundation of that, part of that foundation. So you got people like A Tribe Called Quest. You got the West Coast cats like Farside. You got people like Common in the Midwest. And then, of course, you got Slum Village inside Detroit. And I'm leaving out tons of groups, but he touched all areas of what was like known as hip-hop throughout the country. But then influenced other artists like Janet Jackson and so on, too, man. So he's a huge inspiration to a lot of people, man. I think because of his passion for the music and how he threw himself into what he produced. But overall, though, man, I think just like somebody said the best of the day is like 17 years since his passing, and there isn't a person you can say that is like that next wave who has that next level of influence. And actually, that's something I think I got from Akil's boy, Cliff. I saw him post that, speaking to the fact that like after this dude passed, there is no predecessor at this point, and unfortunately, I don't think there will ever be a Dilla. But you do have great hip hop producers out in the world right now. Like you got your boy Black Gold out of Detroit making excellent music.
big facts. Who is a self-proclaimed Dilla student?
Self-proclaimed Dilla student. And when I had the opportunity to meet Black Gold with Akil a while back, we were actually listening to his music. And I initially told him, I was like, man, you kind of sound like Dilla. And I had to fix my mouth to say, you know what? You sound like you were inspired by Dilla, but you sound like your own person for sure. These Negroes on the phone about to kill me right now. Get off the phone.
Well, Asa's on the phone for
I was taking
selfies.
pictures of the studio.
Oh man. All right, let's get into our subject for the day, guys. I think it's based around a holiday coming up, which is Valentine's Day, and we were going to talk about relationships to some extent here. I don't know.
Relationships.
Akil, what were the particulars about the?
Well, I mean, this show, we're here the day before the day before Valentine's, excuse me. But this show will air on Valentine's Day.
Mm,
So, we in the vein of wanting to I'm sorry.
That's what happens when you're on your phone the entire time.
I am definitely my mind is on my baby right now. Excuse me. But in
Do the best you can, stress-free mind,
yep.
poise, and
Poise.
address it from the best possible manner.
You already know.
And on top
That's
of
why
that,
I love Asa, boy.
I was going to say it's a time and place for everything. You got
nice and centered.
30 minutes, and then you can get to your baby. But get through this one. Get through the podcast.
Because this for her.
Spoken like a true
Savage.
says a single man.
See, I've said this a million times, and I've said it to multiple friends, because I have kids. You don't understand the true meaning of the words unconditional love until you have a kid.
I swear.
Like I don't care who you've been in a relationship with. You
swear.
think you love them. You think you would do anything for them, and then you have a kid, and you realize you would throw yourself in front of a bus to keep them from getting a
Listen.
paper cut.
Listen.
Oh, man.
So
what?
I get him.
It's
It's
unexplainable the anxiety that I'm trying to control right now, knowing that my 8-month-old is suffering in any way. That's all I'm trying to convey to both of you who don't have that type of connection. The connection you guys have that might be the closest is with your parents, but your parents feel this way that I'm feeling towards you. So it's a real, for me trying to get it through Booz's gigantically thick skull.
Olmec head.
Olmec head Booze over here. He's like, yeah, I have a puppy. It's not the same, Booze. Your puppy, Clark, is not on the same level as my 8-month-old
I did
child.
not compare my
You
puppy.
savage. You have in the past.
Don't you
No,
got like
I
a
haven't.
pet wolf, bro?
I do have a pet wolf.
It's like a wolf. Anyways,
I have not compared my puppy to any of my godchildren
this is a
remember.
This is a giant lie.
that I can remember.
When she was helping us cook for the pop up.
But this is a good.
You
this
got
is-
some dope godchildren, bro. You got Luna and Ali.
right,
Mhm.
Bro, what?
right.
I'm like, it
Good
just
Lord.
clicked. I'm a little jealous of you right
That's
now.
why I don't
bro.
allow people to like push their godchildren on me, which has happened before, where people are like, "You the
Man.
god-daddy." And it's like, no, no, I am very
No.
selective.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
But anyways,
So
the
this is a
topic
good
is-
transition about love. We're talking about love now. We're talking about unconditional love. We're talking about
Yep.
maybe very conditional love, depending
very
on
conditional love, the male-female relationship.
male. female.
Male-female relationship.
And I guess we didn't really
Tis
outline
the season.
as to what way we're gonna go with this conversation, man. But I think we're gonna kind of freestyle it as far as our views on love and relationships. Perfect time to do it. I am very much interested to see what Isaac has to say here.
I was just looking at these pathetic ass police, like picking on this homeless guy sitting on the cement.
I don't think they do them.
I think they just what you stop looking at them right now. They have some gang stuff on the side to the left, but it's all good.
Is he writing him a ticket right now?
I don't know what he's
Writing him a
doing, but he looks
citation?
pretty
Ah,
intimidated.
That's ridiculous.
But all right, so males and females.
This is our episode where we're like completely thrown off by peripheral.
That's
So-
both of y'all. I'm on topic. I'm trying
Wait
to get
until
through.
you're here in the summertime. When
Oh,
there's
man.
pedal pubs and woo girls, and by woo girls I mean 40-year-old men drunk as hell going woo, riding around. It gets nuts in here when the weather's warm.
Yep. I cannot wait for that.
Man, my 2 cents for this part though. Why do we wait 364 days, 365 days?
Or choose one
Ju-
day out the year.
What? Come on, man. Even birthdays. But I mean, we talking about Valentine's Day today. I love you, and I'm gonna show you this particular day. Like, bruh, if you or a woman, whoever you with, if you like them so much, why wait? You know, to spend 24 hours or whatever and buy all this stuff. Like, genuinely show that consistently.
Oh,
know,
how do you
throughout the
hang
year.
your pride and your being on expecting something on this day?
And if you don't get it, you just you lose your vibe. I'm just not worth it. You got all emotional damage from
There's
that
a lot
traumas. That's sad.
There's a lot that goes into holidays, but in particular Valentine's Day. That will I remember in a past relationship missing a Valentine's Day, not getting gifts and you know what I'm saying, not paying it much attention, not going out for the day, spending money, and that really caused a rift for a little bit of time in our relationship because I, in my ever progressive thinking. It's like, man, I'm not about to keep celebrating man-made holidays and getting put in a hole financially because I'm trying to show you how I know I feel about you to you that I tell you every day. Yeah, so what's
No, and I agree with the both of you guys.
You agree with me now since they put up in the sheriff's truck? You good? Or we could. Or is that another distraction? You want to stay on the ladies and the gentlemen now?
Yeah, I mean, because I think it's probably more to that subject than what we probably know, because I got a feeling this. So, what I would say is I agree with both of you guys. And I'm going to bring it back on topic just because Valentine's Day is a holiday that gets a lot of attention inside of our country, man, and it's weird. Kind of like Asa said before, the concept of the concept of showing your affection for somebody through monetary means and ridiculous gifts on one day out of the year is absolutely insane. And not to mention, like, I don't really know if any of us really even know. I personally don't know the origin of Valentine's Day. So me personally, I can't really speak to what exactly the importance of that particular day is. But it is kind of crazy that relationships hinge on it, that people have these expectations to I don't know, get something out of a day that really doesn't mean much.
Zip zero. Yeah, I mean that's the you already know that's like marketing behind the scenes though. These days we're gonna hype up so we could get this bread up out of everybody.
all right, so because I like facts, I like history. The origin of Valentine's Day
Thanks, Akil.
has its origins in the Roman festival of Lupercalia. I think I said that right.
Mm.
Held in mid-February, the festival, which celebrated the coming of spring, included fertility rites and the pairing off of women with men by lottery.
What?
That was unintentional, but anyways. So that's part of the reason why I'm disconnected with holidays in general, is because nobody really studies like the origin of the holiday. Like, why are we celebrating this and putting so much energy behind it? Sometimes there are malicious origins to holidays, and well-minded, well-hearted people put their energy behind it, thinking, like, I know that there's, the ability to change something, to make it mean something different to you. But people are putting energy behind something that had an origin in what may have been like child sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and your traditions.
Good and bad is relative.
Big facts. But your traditions, but if you don't know what you're basing your traditions on, what you're following something for, you're just like a leaf in the wind. Like, I celebrate Christmas because I like getting gifts and giving gifts, and because it's the birth of Jesus. But is that what it is? Did you research it? Do you know that is really the reason why they originally started celebrating Christmas, the Yule time, on the 25th? Or what's the real reason behind it? Do you know?
And I say, like, I don't even feel like you don't always even have to, like, really rock with the origin, because we live in, like, a vast time. Like, it's thousands of years. Your life is very short.
Nobody's merely rocking. Chill out.
I know. Stop being a distraction too, bro.
Wrong with you?
Let me speak.
Dory.
God, making me lose my concentration. I'm having these points, and, like, this dude is doing the most ridiculous.
Dory Bay.
This is also recorded, too, with video, so hopefully we can get all this uploaded one day so you can see
Nah.
this dude's mindset.
It's definitely being recorded, so one day.
Yeah, one day it's all coming. YouTube is coming very soon.
Ridiculous.
Oh, this going on YouTube?
Hopefully very soon.
Oh, bro, no, we not putting these on YouTube. It's a wrap.
We got to put them on YouTube.
Oh, man.
Is now the bad time to tell you that your first recording sessions are up on YouTube already?
No, they are on YouTube?
Yeah, they're on our channel, the
Oh,
podcast.
damn.
That's phenomenal.
Yes.
Oh,
You
okay.
think
Hands
we're
in my
recording
lap.
video here just like for shits and giggles?
That is phenomenal.
Oh, those for the archives.
Dude, I'm about to go watch that, bro.
Oh, my God.
That is ridiculous.
I'm about to definitely post it on my Facebook
I
as
swear.
soon as we get out of here. Oh God,
You all cold, booze.
But
Podcast ends at 1:00, 1:01. Right to Facebook,
I mean, for what it's
buddy.
worth, like I think we've had this talk. Like if you want to go Facebook Live as you can.
Oh,
it's a thing.
the next session is Facebook Live.
We're
Let's
going
get it, for sure.
Facebook Live. on
Episode
the next
5.
one. Yeah, on High Vibes Guys channel.
Hell Vibe Guys, episode 5.
This episode of us shitting on Valentine's Day is definitely making a lot of turns.
Yeah,
Because that's
man.
kind of what it's coming down to is a lot of shitting on Valentine's Day. And I'm going to say this. If you really are into it, man, then go for it. Because I know some people just love holidays. I'm not going to judge you for loving holidays.
What
I
is
think-
a holiday? What's
I-
the origin of the word holiday?
Just for my personal, if I would have to guess, I would say a day that's considered some type of festive day,
Holy
day.
Yeah.
So
in ancient times, we had holy days. So every day is important. But on certain days, different energies would come through a little more intense or profound or whatever for, different results. But nowadays, those days are still celebrated by groups of people, but for the masses, for the public, they sugarcoat them, color them up and say holidays and keep our minds on the dumb stuff.
Big facts.
But yeah,
and use it for monetary gains.
yeah.
And again, like we're not shitting on you if you love holidays, man. This is a thing. I think that's fine, man. I think we're just saying be open minded with how you kind of approach it, because to hinge your relationship based off of you getting a box of chocolates, going to an expensive restaurant, getting a new purse, or whatever you looking to get out of this. And I'm going to stop picking on ladies and guys, having somebody
Pick
cook
on the ladies.
having
Pick
somebody
on
cook
them.
a
They
dinner
always
for
talking
you,
about
a
us.
steak dinner, or expecting to like have the best sex of your life, because it's this particular day. Maybe it's that time of the month and she ain't feeling none of it. Or ladies, maybe he's having some financial issues and this ain't the time to look for some gifts to flex on your friends. We're just saying, be thoughtful and think through the holiday, man, and enjoy it if you can, if you want to. At the same time, I say, be honest with yourself about what's going on or what the holiday really is too. Kind of like Kill was saying earlier, my mom used to tell me that like you shouldn't wait for a particular holiday to show somebody that you love them. And I grew up a Jehovah's Witness, and I felt like that was a way to not get a gift on Christmas, and like
Say
her
moms was plotting early.
and clean it up. Like, you know what? If I really love you, you wouldn't wait for December 25th or 24th, whatever it is. But my mom's made sure to show me that love at other times throughout the year.
Big facts.
And I feel like I was always blessed because my mother did genuinely love me, and she showed me in different ways.
Thank you
Holidays in
for
America.
popping out my brother. Booze.
Big facts.
Appreciate you.
Big facts. Holidays in America are all about capitalism.
Period.
All about money.
Yeah.
All about the bag. Every holiday has a giant marketing plan behind it on how to get it to be more visual, how to get it more into your face. Here's an app. Download this app.
Give you
And, like-
holidays are a reason. Is like a reason to spend money in this country, and now everything is becoming a holiday, which is weird, So now we're moving into March. So what's the holiday in March? Now March Madness is now almost a holiday. You know what I mean?
St. Patrick's Day. We about to go out and dress in green and get drunk and throw tons of money at green beer.
Yep. Leading into April. I don't know the holiday in April, but then May got Cinco de Mayo.
Easter.
Easter. Oh, big
You about
Easter.
to spend
Easter,
tons of bread
Esther,
on your
Ishtar,
outfits.
Aset,
Oh boy.
Etz. For all of those who are familiar with
Yep.
etymology.
Etymology. But yeah, man, that's what for me and why I love where I'm at in the space I'm at in my life. I don't do certain things for approval, and I'm fortunate to be in a situation where I don't have to acquiesce. But boy, could y'all
I be
could y'all
doing it for
please
the
step
gram.
y'all? Could y'all please step y'all vocabulary game up? 'Cause I be saying
I
these words,
does it
and I be
For the
looking
gram. For the
in
gram.
Booz's and Asa's eyes. Acquiesce just destroyed Booz mentally. He's like, what?
Acquiesce. I already learned that in Arkansas. It's cool.
What?
Oh man.
Low.
You are literally only impressing yourself right now,
This is big facts.
as you are the only
Just
person
coming
who's
on
bigging
this
yourself up.
Big facts.
What's
Yeah,
that,
man.
Castec?
Well,
CT.
Thanks for showing off that you know some
CT.
different words there. That's
CT.
great.
Greatest high school in the world.
Let's
After Renaissance High
so let me
School.
ask you guys some questions here. Let's talk about this relationship thing a little bit more.
Ask away.
What do you feel as if some of the most important factors in having a successful relationship, and not like you like trying to like describe anything that might be going on personal, just more of like in a vague sense, like what makes a successful relationship, and in the day and age we live in where you have a lot of different influencing factors, man, and how do you kind of feel like you go about trying to make a successful relationship?
The first thing that came to my mind was understanding. A lot of times, you know, I remember when I was younger, just like doing stuff,
That
going
was a
places,
big one
blah, blah,
off
blah.
rip. That was a big
Like-
one off rip.
Man, what, understanding?
Yes.
Man, bro, because like everybody knows how
Yes.
to go to driver's training school and drive a car or sit in a chair or use a cut glove or whatever, you know, the thing is. But when it comes to people, if you don't understand that person, that's like, you know, trying to drive around on something with box wheels or something. You know, you're not really going to get far.
Yeah.
You know, because at the end of the day, y'all not bodies. Y'all are conscious beings. And to the degree that you understand one another is going to be the degree that y'all going to be able to have y'all chemistry. You got some divine alchemy taking place and some magic every day. Or you can be like the average person that just bump your head and do 24 hours a day. Sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's happening, you know. But the better we understand them, I won't say like that's the answer, understanding, but the better we do understand somebody, the better, the more possibilities we have for success.
I think that's just a great. If you had to like sum it up in one word, though, man, I thought that was just a great way to put it, because it definitely is huge, man. Understanding how to interact with a person is essential, and I'm never. Anybody will tell you I do about 3 months per relationship, and then some catastrophe unfolds.
Something happens to every female that booze
Woman, yeah.
woman that booze brings around.
And it's normally never my fault. I've never been to blame for any of my relationships coming to an end. So, ladies, I am single. This wasn't meant to be that, but while we had it though,
If you're looking to give somebody a gift, booze is wide open.
Jermon.booze on Instagram if you want to hit my DM. All right.
JERMOND
Yeah.
.BOOZE.
Yeah.
What's everybody's Instagram? Say that one more time. Spell it slow.
JERMOND as in dog .BOOZE on Instagram. Akil.
Kasai, the God. KASAITHAGOD. Instagram.
And this fool in here trying to steal Charlemagne's bit.
Charlotte McGee.
Charlamagne McGee.
That's my dog. Charlotte McGee. Angela Lee.
DJ Lee.
But my Instagram is
yeah.
Asa NX Bay. That's one word, or it looked like one word, but ASA NXBEY.
Big facts, and we are at the High Vibe, guys.
Right, with a Z on the
With a
end.
Z on the end.
HIGHVIBE
He had to write it down.
ZUGUYZ.
Lots of conversation over the Z too. All right, so bring it back on topic real
Sound way
fast.
better with
That's
the
that
Z.
Renaissance right there, everybody.
Yeah.
Akil, what
Yeah,
would you
buddy.
say
Phoenix.
is a key to having a successful relationship?
Man, why you? I'm going before Asa next time.
That's why I'm going last. So I
Let's
got
just
time
press
to
the
think.
rewind button.
It's
just-
got to be understanding,
We
man.
can edit.
It has to be understanding, bro, because everybody has their own way of thinking, their own way of handling things, their own way of operating. We're all unique individuals. There's never been another Jamon Booz. There's never been another Asa Nori Bey that thinks like him, that reacts to certain things like him. In a relationship, you have to be able to understand your partner for who they are and where they are in their lives. And if you enter into a relationship with a person, you're accepting where they are in their lives. You can't say, I need you to be this person right now. You got to accept where they are and then realize whether or not that fits you. And if it doesn't fit you, then you have to make a decision. But you can't go into a relationship saying, this is my ideal person. I need you to be this.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is who you are right now.
But I like that you complimented understanding with acceptance, though, because understanding and knowing that person is one thing. Accepting it is a whole
Facts.
nother. You know what I mean? Because I
Yep.
think a lot of times we know what we getting into and who we getting into it with, but we don't accept. We don't have. I mean, or you got an idea.
Oh no, I'm feeling you. I was feeling it. I was in the moment.
Boy,
like
yeah.
accept you. Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, I came in weighing this, I came in looking like this, I came in eating this, I came in doing that, you know, and so it can't be like convenient acceptance, which I found a lot of the times for me, you know, like a lot of times I'm like, man, she's really fun. And then 2 months later, it's like, all right, maybe I didn't necessarily accept who she was as a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like I'm overlooking all that stuff because I'm getting caught up in, you know, that moment, that initial attraction,
Yep.
which is very deceiving, man, because that initial attraction will definitely lead you down a rabbit hole that you intend on walking down.
And everybody put their best foot forward too, so it's gonna look super good.
Very true.
At first.
Very
You've
true.
seen all those studies where they say in relationships, you really don't meet the true person until like 2 years in or some stuff like that.
Oh what?
Wow.
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 I mean,
Wow.
there's some truth to that.
I can
Being
see it.
in long-term relationships, there is truth to that. It's like, hold on, wait a minute. That fire didn't
Hold on, wait a minute. Yo.
Oh God. Let me tell you something funny just about the 2 year end piece. Other day I'm at the crib and I'm at my house solo dolo, right? And it's late. I'm smoking a joint. It's not even that late. It's like 5. I'm smoking a joint, and I'm putting together an IKEA table, and like I'm doing it in my underwear. I'm like in my element, like, and I got my headphones in, and just the whole, you know, and like I'm doing me.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't like being around people when I'm blowed. I don't like to be in my house, in my residence. And I have a guy that had gave the dude my key to my house who's doing my lighting in my house.
Oh, no.
And like I'm up there gigging, screwing something together.
Your whole drawers.
And like when he came in, it wasn't even just the fact that I was in my underwear. It was just like he caught like me being myself. The person like nobody sees is goofy and just like, you know, trying to. And I'm terrible with putting stuff together, so I'm embarrassed because I've been putting together IKEA dresses for like 4 days now. It's been like a week
A
long.
whole contractor.
But the truth, but I get what you're saying though. Like it's hard to unmask yourself to let somebody see who you at the core. You know what I mean? To strip away all them layers that you put on every day when you walk out the door. Because this dude called me, this is my underwear gigging. It's hard for me to imagine with like, you know, you're so connected to a person that they understand you at the core who you are. And I'll be honest, I've never really gotten that deep into a relationship because it takes a lot, man. It's a lot of commitment. And I'm not saying that I'm not up for it, but I definitely respect those who have been on that journey to where they're taking that trip with somebody. You know what I mean? And that's why when I look at my different brothers who are in those positive relationships, even when they're not positive and they rocky, I see that they're taking that journey with somebody and they got the ups and the downs, but they riding with them. And it's hard to ride shotgun with somebody like that consistently, man. And so I respect you guys. I respect all my friends who want to commit to relationships.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Or the ones who have less commitment in their relationships. I respect y'all even more. Because y'all are the real ones out there.
Yoking or semi-yoking for the people that's all into the word and the Bible and all that. To be yoked is to be married, whatever. Yoking yourself to another
I
person.
thought you were talking about some type of sexual term, too.
No,
like, what type of ish is that? What's
No.
the yoking about?
Kama Sutra shit.
No. Yoking yourself to another person
It's like teabagging,
is,
but
no, man. Why?
You just
But
never
it's
I'm
take
just
it
saying-
out. You just never disconnect.
Jeez.
Stay yoked.
But that's hard, man. That's difficult, man. Living with a person, like sharing space with a person, like you said. Most people let their guard down by themselves in the comfort of their home.
yeah.
Like, even in a relationship with somebody that you've been with for years, you may not be that comfortable to be in the middle of your living room in your drawers, IKEA'd out, with Meek Millie banging in your headphones and you
throwing
spitting
shots?
the lyrics even if you don't know the words. You doing that.
You taking shots or you doing an interview? You doing a podcast?
I like Meek Mills. What's wrong with you?
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
Everybody likes Meek Mills. Man.
All right. Cool.
Big facts.
Excellence.
But yeah, man, the male-female dynamic is that all we got? For
When I hear equally yoked though, I think energy.
I do too.
Because I feel like you could be around somebody for 10, 15 years and still not be equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? Like you could dance with it, but like until you could like mirror somebody's energy or compliment them from the inside out, that's more so.
Not allow the denseness of your ego. Look how deep I got with that one.
Well, fellas,
affect your relationship.
Well, what I want to say even better than that is, because I gotta one up you. Let me think about it first, and I'm gonna come back.
So let's
whatever you say, I'm trying to flex.
So let's
on
talk
that,
about
for
some
sure.
of the pitfalls where relationships fail, and just like and again, assuming. Oh God,
taking stuff for granted, expectations.
Assuming and expectations, those are fantastic ones. You can tell Oz is a real like knowledgeable guy when it comes to relationships. Like he's been there a lot because those are well, I'm just saying how quick they
me under the bus.
I'm saying how quick they came to the mind. But there are two things that like I'm speaking from personal experience. Like when you said like assuming, I was like, oh yeah, yes, you are right. And then when you said expectations, I'm like, man, he is hitting some nails on the head right now, though.
100%.
And it ain't like a bad thing. It's like
it's 100%, man.
And I think this stuff people need to hear too, man. Because shit, assumptions can really tear up a relationship. Well,
I thought I just do what you. It's not. Yeah, I didn't say that. Those are your thoughts.
Yeah.
Insecurities,
you gotta deal with that,
man.
Yeah.
Insecurities play a huge part into assuming and expectations.
And to any woman I've ever dated who's ever gonna listen to this, I'm sorry. All right. I feel like when somebody was like, he just said assumptions with Boo sitting right there. God. And I'm coming from like on my end of things. I've definitely been in that space where it's like, I'm not feeling my best, so I'm making assumptions. Or like, oh, you going to a study group again? Oh, okay.
Ain't that much knowledge in the world.
You really trying to get an A, huh? And it's
you're trying to be your best, huh?
Trying to be your best. And like I've been in that space where I've made an assumption.
Bring your boyfriends to Solar Power Sundays with you.
Facts.
Don't get in trouble.
That was a awesome tangent. That was an awesome
Solar Power Sundays every first and third Sunday at 5
That was
p.m.
a tangent by Asa because
That sounded like a warning.
Well, I mean,
if you don't bring them.
I mean, that wasn't a warning. That was more like I'm sure certain dudes are like, so you going to Solar Power Sundays with the little dude with the green eyes, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
For those who are not familiar with Solar
the
Power
male
Sundays,
unicorn.
this is a get together for some like minds who want to expand their consciousness, mental levitation, all of that good stuff. But
I can teach you how to levitate.
Right, YouTube. All of that kind of stuff is cute, but it's good to get into the details and be realistic. But 313-948-9451 or 1938 Franklin Street at Suite 110 every first and third Sunday at
Solar
5
Power
p.m.
Sundays.
If you don't want to make
Power
assumptions
Sundays.
about what's going on with Solar Power Sunday, show up for yourself and get a dose of some knowledge from Asa Bay, the scholar. What are some assumptions, and then the other one you said was
Expectations.
Unrealistic expectations, probably.
Or period. It could be something simple. I just thought she was about to do X, Y, and Z. You assumed and expected that.
Only person you have expectations of should be yourself.
But going into the Valentine's Day, I'm glad we spoke about expectations because this is a holiday where a lot of that shit ain't real in somebody's mind. It's like rose petals better be on the bed, and he had better made phyllo dough from scratch this time. It was like, unrealistic expectations definitely can bring it down. And I say from a man, one thing where I had unrealistic expectations, and this is what like just the society we lived in was like sex. I had these unrealistic expectations for a long time that like if I'm dating somebody, I should expect to get something that I see on TV or the movie. You know what I mean?
Bruh, I feel you.
And like
what?
you create this like, man, this is about to be. I just took her to Red Lobster, so you know what happens next.
Oh, you talking about that? I thought you talking about the actual experience. Some of them, it's like, what?
Well, the experience too, because You watch TV or the internet, and you get like this unreal expectation as to what like
This
sex
bar.
the bar, and then like what
Yeah.
the person's gonna do, or like just like the whole like she's gonna be hairless from hair to toe. You know what I mean? Minus her eyebrows and hair on her head.
Right.
Like, but I'm serious. Like, and then like
Yeah.
you grow up, and it's like, all right, I got to be more realistic about my expectations when it comes to sex. But definitely, I get where you come with. I just thought those were two great areas that people.
Did you happen to think Akil's answers were great too, or just
He didn't really give a response
He
on that
didn't,
second
did he?
piece.
I didn't.
He did not.
I didn't.
I agree.
And he's
It's a
like
competition
Googling.
thing right now.
No, it's not a competition.
I say it's in competition. No, I say it's definitely in competition right now.
Definitely.
I think he was just pointing out the fact that she
I
didn't
just
really have
said-
much to add to this particular part of the show.
Asa said, "Booze, you're not taking no more shots at me in no episodes. Not talking." Asa said, "And furthermore, bro, it's 3:30, and the other people are waiting to do their podcast and stand outside the door. And then,
You sound like Professor Snape. Furthermore,
Man, that was
there's so
terrible
therefore-
follow from Akil. And we're getting close to the end of this session, guys. So, any final thoughts on relationships? Anything you guys want to speak to the people about?
dang, we didn't get no appreciations in the last.
Nah, we
episode.
didn't. We could do a double
We
time.
got double up
Give
on
off
this
two.
one.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
double up.
I mean, I know I'm, in a constant state of trying to progress as a man, and I have made terrible, terrible decisions. I hate saying mistakes. Decisions in my past when it comes to. I hate us so much. Went for a fist bump. He took his fist away and wiped his eyeballs. Whatever. But I've made terrible decisions in my past when it comes to relationships. I have definitely been the toxic one in certain relationships. And I think that's something that we
I wish
didn't.
my camera was recording. So
Boy,
bad.
I swear.
Ooh.
Shut up. But I mean, it's something I didn't, or we didn't address is in relationships being aware of what you bring into it. Like being aware if you are the person that is the problem, because nobody wants to think in a relationship they're the cause of the discord, or they're bringing a little more of the negative energy into it. So being cognizant of that in the past, I've tried to change the way that I operate in my present and future relationships. So that's all I got to add to that. I love our stronger counterparts, the beautiful women in our lives. I love women.
And again, I'm single, so there is no counterpart other than my mama. I love you, mama. And it kind of sounded weird. Asa, what's your thoughts?
Man, so I appreciate this subject, but that just made me think we need to do a whole show on what is a man too, because there's so many males out here. You know what I'm saying? Big muscles in the gym, blah blah blah. But what?
We had an episode about stigmas coming up, and just so
Okay, so we can throw that in there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm gonna jump into my thank yous.
Go for it.
So the first person I want to thank is Miss Allie Thompson for that's Chef Allie, by the way, if y'all familiar with Mad Creates. So while y'all out there eating y'all juicy steaks and y'all vegan soul, y'all
Mad
regular
created it.
man, what? That's the hashtags on the Instagram under
Mad
the food for sure. If I
created it.
post something, yeah. But Mad Creates basically takes, whatever your favorites are and transforms them into like an electric alkaline dish, and I just appreciate that balance and that cushion so I don't fall back into my evil ways,
And she got
sabotaging my body.
phenomenal energy. Phenomenally dope energy.
Yeah, she litty too for sure.
Sheesh.
High vibes. All day. Second shout out, gratitude moment appreciation goes to thinkity think, blinkity blink, trying to make me think. My mama. For popping me out the womb and for being strong and phenomenal to this day. Miss Dr. Portia Lockett, I appreciate you for those standards, those bars, all the principles you instilled in me, all the little poems you made me memorize. I understand, everything is coming around full circle right now, so thank you to you. And then you guys, man, once again, y'all just dope, bruh. In and out the studio, for sure. More so bulls than a kill, but blocker. But a kill, you cool. You good.
You
Gucci,
alright, guy,
for sure.
man.
You
You
alright.
alright.
Yeah. You know?
Do I go next or no?
is this my man's? You doing it?
Yeah.
What you talking about? Austin? Doing what?
You gotta tease me, bro. No, Kill, you know you the man, bro. I love you, bro.
Go ahead and shoot out your stupid appreciations to kill.
Oh no, you go ahead, Boost.
Nah, I want to wrap it up.
Can you appreciate me first?
I definitely want to give appreciation out to my man's Jacob Tinsley. I talked to him this week. He says he approves of the show, and we're doing a great job. Big facts. Anyways, my appreciations go to my support system first and foremost. Moms, not you, Asa. Mom Dukes, sisters, brothers, mothers of children. I have a dope support system that allows me to float seamlessly throughout life without incurring a lot of like traction. I'm allowed to live a pretty, carefree life and pursue certain goals that I have. And I appreciate the mothers of my beautiful children for holding them down, for keeping them safe at all times. My brothers, like I said, my brothers and sisters, for always being there when I need them.
You know there's going to be future podcasts because you about to hit everybody you can. Right
Exactly.
now.
He got out my phone
my
list
grandma,
real quick.
Grandma,
You're not getting a Grammy or Oscar right now.
yeah. And my next appreciation.
All right, now my turn.
Hey, man, my appreciation was shorter than Asa's.
I don't think so.
That's just finished.
His was 2 minutes. I look at the
Because
clock.
his was first.
Real quick, I just want to appreciate everybody who might possibly listen to this, man. And I always tell people, man, like somebody said the other day, like, if I'm your friend, don't expect me to buy your product. And I fuck with that just because if you selling like shoes made out of, or you selling rubber duckies, right? I might not want to buy a rubber ducky just for the fuck of it, especially if I don't have the money, But if you shout me out on IG, if you tell me good job in person, I can accept that. You shouldn't expect for your friends to necessarily always buy your products. They should support you with love, one way or another. And I appreciate the love that I've gotten from anybody in the endeavors that I do. Whether it be, genuine or not, whether you say it is just, to be polite, whether you come buy a pizza, whether you listen to the podcast or not, or you just say that it's a dope idea. I appreciate any type of positive energy that's going towards what I'm doing. And that's a very broad appreciation, man, but I think it's something I've come to find to be important as I move forward in life, that sometimes that broad or just that generic good job, man, is enough. Because in the world we live in, it's so easy to give the other type of energy. It's easy to give hate. It's easy to dismiss. It's easy to not acknowledge. You know what I mean? Like, it takes some type of humility to big up the next person in any capacity.
Big facts.
So I appreciate y'all who appreciate me and know that that's what this was about is, reciprocity, us growing as a group, us growing as a vibe, a tribe, as three guys who love each other and who want to see the best for each other, man. And that's it.
Did a kill appreciate you in his thing, in his appreciation?
Probably not.
I don't recall him saying
He didn't humble himself enough to.
Technically, I did. I mean, y'all fall under brothers, right?
Yeah.
Say it by name next time. Jermaine Earl Booz. Asa Nori Bay X Bay Clarence 13X Malcolm X to the third quadrant YZ squared.
All right. I think that's it for this episode, guys. We love you. Hopefully we bring you back. We'll be back soon with something more enticing. And we get a few more followers. If not, we'll keep pushing and building. But appreciate Dave, our sound engineer guy, for all the wisdom that he brings to the room as well. And this is the end of our 4th episode. Peace.
Peace.